Welcome to another Harris CPD podcast, and once again we're behind the scenes at SMACC Dub 2016. I've managed to find two of those people that I really enjoy following on Twitter. So I'll tell you what, hang on, let's get all the intros out of place and we'll find out who I've got with me in the podcast booth.
I'm Ryan Wubben. I'm a
So eager to get off the mark there. Actually, just doing the musical intro. Who have I got with me? Ryan?
I'm Ryan Wubben. I'm an emergency physician from the United States. I practice at the University of Wisconsin in Madison, Wisconsin, where primarily nowadays I'm a HEMS physician and a medical director for our program at the University of Wisconsin. And this is my second SMACC. I was at Chicago last year, which was a fabulous time, and I was lucky to get a ticket. Speaking of bandwidth issues, that night there were three of us in my office trying to get tickets, hitting refresh.
And I was in exactly the same position. I was up at 3 o'clock in the morning. But Ryan, nobody knows you as Ryan on Twitter.
No, that's true.
Who do they know you as?
You will know me as at MedFlightDoc.
Right. And I think it was because of SMACC that I started to follow you about a year ago, probably in Chicago as well. And some great stuff that's coming off your Twitter feed. Who do I have with me as well? You're probably wondering. And before he came into the podcast booth, he signed a disclaimer to keep his clothes on. If you have no idea what I'm referring to there, I'm pretty sure. Tim, give us some background.
Thanks, Matthew. So my name's Tim Leeuwenburg. I'm a country doctor from Kangaroo Island in Australia, which means basically I'm a jack of all trades but a master of none. This is my fourth SMACC, and SMACC has changed the way I practice medicine, and it's great to be with you guys talking about stuff. Some of you may know me through the blog kidocs.org, and you'll see me on Twitter as @KangarooBeach. So delighted to be here at the SMACC Dub. Isn't it fantastic?
It's absolutely incredible. And I think earlier on we were just discussing the kind of theme that SMACC Dub 2016 is trying to tap into. Is that, well, how can we explain it to somebody? It's looking after yourself, putting yourself out there. A lot of the speakers have really bared their soul. Tim, you were probably the forebearer.
Everything.
Yeah.
Bearing, yes, okay. Good pun. Yeah, okay. So Matthew's referring to the fact I exposed my vulnerability last year by taking off my clothes. But look, SMACC's seen an evolution. SMACC's all about education, innovation, and inspiration. And of course, it's about hard-edged science, but it's also about mastery in our craft. And part of that mastery is about mastery of ourselves. It's understanding not only our strengths but also our weaknesses. Now, we've seen some amazing talks in the past couple of days, and we can talk to that in a moment. We've also seen, I think, a cathartic farewell to John Hines. It's a year since we lost John, and that's impacted on our community. And we've had, I think, the chance now to reflect upon that and to move forward after John's death.
And it's been done very well, I think.
Oh, absolutely.
Just the attention to just being aware that as practitioners, especially the speakers, putting themselves up on the stage. It's been very, very well thought out. Who've we seen at the SMACC that's blown us away? I mean, I've just come out of one session. Ian Beardsall, please, I'm going to be ranting and raving about. It's absolutely incredible. He is in a debate about the use of lysis within pulmonary embolism. I'm not going to spoil it. I'm not going to put any teasers out there, but please, as soon as that goes up onto any kind of social media, make sure you click on it. It is absolute classic. It's classic. That's what stood out for me today. What about you guys? Who have you seen?
The interesting thing about SMACC is that it has the variety of topics. So one of them that I just picked up on was Sarah Gray yesterday talking about perimortem C-section, or otherwise known as resuscitative hysterotomy. Great talk, very focused, distilling it down to the essence of what you need to know. And even for us in our program, is a topic that came up just recently within the last couple of months, where we were looking these things up. And so it was very timely for us in our program, and exchanging emails with other people who have actually done this. And then the range goes all the way to another talk that I think we were both at, was Christina Hernan's talk on the impromptu immediate responder, not the not the first responder and not a bystander,
Right.
but the immediate responder. Very heartfelt, I'm sure very difficult talk to give, but someone that just gripped you by the lapel and brought you into what she experienced. And she made a point. It could be any event, but for her it was Boston. And it was a gripping talk. And that's the range of hard science to the things, as we were talking about, that taking care of yourself and just being a better practitioner overall.
Tim, what have you seen that really is
I've seen so much, and there is so much, and the great thing about SMACC, of course, is it's available across social media, so all this content will be available to all. Look, we kicked off with some amazing workshops. I was fortunate enough to be part of the airway workshop, and that was great, but you know what? I missed out on SMACC Force, where these guys pulled something out of the hat. That was unbelievable. Hopefully some of that content's going to be streamed, but to run an active shooter scenario, hard blast talks, 8 minutes long, 2-minute rants, punchy information, and I think everyone came away from that session enthused, pumped, and full to the brim of knowledge. Absolutely full to the brim. What else?
Especially from my talk.
Especially for your talk. I heard it wasn't that good, actually. What else? Look, today I had the privilege, a guy called Ross Fisher. Ross and I have been communicating for about 17 years via social media. We've never met. He's a hero of mine. He's helped me a lot with my presentation style. Ross got up today and gave a truly amazing talk. No slides. No slides at all. Stood in front of 2,000 people and talked about what scared him. More than that, he got the audience to reflect upon what scares them in their clinical practice. And there was an amazing feeling, I think, there of camaraderie. A standing ovation for Ross in a very, very powerful talk. Again, it's an absolute must-see. Watch out for that talk. Just to counterpoint that, though, this afternoon I've been in some scientific sessions. Karen Brohy has won me back over. I've been a staunch advocate for getting rid of the hard collar, and you know what? Karen's made me think about that a little bit differently. So kudos to Karen. He's talking about problems with prolonged immobilisation. It's not about the collar, it's about the system around how we manage these patients. So fantastic hard-edge stuff there.
And there's some great stuff that's coming out there. It's not a case of just get rid of the collar. I think we've got to rethink.
It's a nuanced approach, okay, and there's lots of information out there, and again available to the guys on the blogs.
So definitely follow these key players on the Twitter sphere, on FOMED. If you're not already on the system, definitely tap in. This is great stuff. FOMED is going to be pouring out of this couple of weeks.
One thing that does strike me, I mean, this is three guys around a microphone talking, and what's been great about SMACC Dub, we've got over 50% female presenters here. We've had some great inspiring talks on leadership, on the feminisation of the workforce, about, I mean, Christ, if you could see today MJ Slabbert talk about pre-hospital care, the case for doctors in pre-hospital care systems. She's a powerful, strong, ninja, badass pre-hospital doctor. Absolutely fantastic. So, you know, these are powerful women, and respect to all of them.
Definitely follow. We had MJ in on the podcast yesterday. Please,
Can't wait to hear that.
Check that one out. She did far better than any of us could have. She walked up there. She was loose and ready to go, and she owned that.
She
role.
came out fighting, and she annihilated the opposition.
Definitely, I hope that one's up on the web. I'm a SMACC virgin. I've been following, however, SMACC since about 3 years. I think we're into the third year.
This is the fourth SMACC now.
Fourth year.
So, Matt, let me ask you, how do you find it? This is your first SMACC. What do you think?
Well, I'll tell you what, it's the great topic, but it's that SM, that social media in SMACC, that sociability, that ability to walk up to people I know, like yourselves. I mean, this is the first time we've actually met face to face. But Ryan, you used a brilliant expression just a moment ago, that Twitter primes the pump.
Yeah.
It kind of preps us. You haven't got that awkwardness of any other kind of conference where you're kind of shuffling up to the key speaker, waiting your turn in line. This is a new age of conferencing, and it
flattens the hierarchy as well, doesn't it? Okay, we're all about resuscitation, we're all about critical care. We don't really care which arena you come from, whether it be paramedic, doctor, nurse, social worker. We're all invested in our patients. We want to make things better and learn from each other.
So, if you're sitting in front of the computer and debating for SMACC 2017, and nobody in the room actually knows where we're going in 2017. The big reveal is going to be at the end of the session.
Like now, soon.
So we're going to scurry out of here and just figure out what time zone we've got to be up at to get our tickets for SMACC 2017.
But look, where should it be? It should be in Cape Town, yeah?
Cape Town,
should be in San Francisco.
I heard SMACC Ice, Reykjavik.
Yeah, we've not been to Japan. It's so many possibilities, but you know what? We are global, and social media not only allows us to know each other, but it connects us. It means that wherever we are in the world, and wherever SMACC goes in the world, it doesn't really matter. We're always in communication, learning from each other, and most of all, trying to be better in what we do.
And having fun at the same time.
Yes.
So much fun.
Behaving ourselves, though, too.
Guys, I'd like to thank you for joining me. It's great having you. Can we just, Tim, do you want to plug your website again? Or your blog?
Yeah, so look, I'm kodocs.org. That's mostly ramblings from a South Australian rural doctor. There are SMACC affiliated websites, and I guess everything feeds in. The content here is going to be through smac.net.au or the Intensive Care Network. So they'll be the main sources for people looking for SMACC content.
And I'll be dropping links into, as soon as this material gets released, I'll drop links onto the harriscpd.com website or blog, and you'll find this podcast there as well.
A fantastic resource. We're lucky to have it.
Excellent, guys. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And stop.